The last time around when you called off this strike, the cease work, it took several rounds of discussions and finally with the Chief Minister herself, and finally you called off the strike. Now once again you have called for the cease work. What will it take to get the junior doctors back to work?
Why we call cease work is the reason that when we held a meeting with the authorities, we were ensured that if you go back to work, your demands will be met. And there were a list of demands which were both include welfare of the doctors and welfare of the patients as well. So when we went back to our work, when we were working in emergency in Shagordatta Medical College at around 6 p.m., 10 to 20 people barged into the fourth floor of a female ward, and they absolutely locked the door and held onto the female resident. And the police personnel were nowhere to be seen. There were only civic volunteers, and to uselessness of that, they were grouped these staffs wearing a uniform of commandos. All these incidents, when we were ensured that nothing will happen, and these incidents took place. And another incident which we are very dissatisfied about is the justice for Abhaya, which has been our primary objective when we started this movement. Every time when we go on the street, it is for the justice of Abhaya as our primary demand. When we hear that it is being delayed, and when we see that the dates in the Supreme Court are given after 15-20 days, it is being changed again. And on the day of hearing, we get only 40 minutes of a hearing slot. This is the most important concerning matter of the country. Every working woman, every family is looking up to it. 140 crore people are looking up to it. And this is how we are being responded by the authorities. It brings a very disheartening. It feels very disheartening to us. And another
one can understand the concerns that you have, and of course safety of doctors and safety of women is something that's of paramount concern. But what of what the Chief Secretary said, that it takes time to make those changes to ensure that safety, also that the West Bengal government and authorities have been caught up with flooding that's also taken place, so it is taking time. What would you say to that, and what is one immediate step that the government can take to at least get you back at work?
See, for instance, the Chief Secretary here, sir, has said that 70% work has been done in some instances. We beg to differ, and we have also heard the Supreme Court hearing. So few of the works have been like 16% and 30%, not even 15%, not even 50% mark. This was the official government data in the Supreme Court. When we look at the ground reality, the situation is even worse. We were forced to join a committee which was known as Stakeholders Committee. When we asked our principal that what is this committee for, there were no written directives about it. We refused to join it because there was no role defined. There was nothing about student representative as a definitive role in an official order. It has no official order. So we refused to join anything which has official order. And this particular thing was represented in Supreme Court to show that this we have taken for further steps. But when you go look at the ground reality, nothing has been happened, because Shagordatta incident itself proves that nothing has happened.